Welcome to December. Let's talk about the week of December 1st. We start with a high quality workout this week of continuous hills. It's 20 to 30 minutes of continuous hills. We're counting all the time running up and down the hill. It may or may not be a high quality workout because of where you are in coming back from your fall racing season. We have a couple of different approaches for this. But generally, we want to cover 20 to 30 minutes. Maybe it's all at once, running up a hill, running down, and counting that. Maybe you find a couple of different hills where you do 10 minutes on the first hill, 10 minutes on the second, 10 on the third. Maybe you just run a hilly course that doesn't have much, if any, flat on it, because we want to be counting time uphill and downhill towards your 20 to 30 minutes. Now, the approaches for this, if you haven't done any hard workouts yet, or you've done them and they haven't been all that great, you really haven't felt like you were ready to get back into high quality work, just run up and down the hill. The hill will do the work for you. You're going to get some benefit from this without putting forth a great effort. If you're beyond that and you've maybe run a workout or two and you're feeling like you're kind of getting back to it, then you can run up to threshold. Maybe you run up that hill and once your legs and your lungs are telling you, okay, any further than this and this is going to stop being fun, it's going to actually feel like some high quality work, that's your point of stopping, turn around, jogging down to the bottom. If you've been back at it for a few weeks and your workouts are going well, certainly if you're still thinking about racing, we can hit this one harder. You don't have to choose which of those approaches before you start the workout. You might start with one and then kind of work your way up. Oh, that felt pretty good. For the second 10 minutes, I'm going to go a little bit harder. Oh, that felt pretty good too. The last 10 minutes, I'm going to hit hard. The next day, when you go out to run, we want a gentle reminder you did some work the day before, but we certainly don't want to be sore. If you're having some aches or pains and you're kind of having those re-entry problems, certainly we don't want to prolong those by doing this workout. Then you can either stick with the first approach of just running or stay on the flat and get back to feeling great. The timing of this, some of you might be thinking, why are we doing this kind of work? This is almost like speed work. And it is in some disguise. Why are we doing this so far out? Well, let's think about that. If we think about where we are in terms of being ready to race in mid-April, which most of you are going to be doing, that will be your goal race, give or take a few weeks. If we back that up from Monumental, or, well, Chicago, we'd be even into June, but for Monumental, we're basically into July. And we wouldn't just be out running easy all of July. In fact, we'd be working a little bit more like 5K, 10K runners. So we're trying to get back into that, but this is a great time of year to recharge. With Christmas and New Year's coming, I certainly don't want you to be burning excess mental energy. So that's why I'm trying to find workouts that maybe don't involve a whole lot of mental investment. We're not doing 10 times 800, one that you have to get your mind around. We're doing something that is beneficial, but maybe not quite as mentally stressful. The week goal that brings us to this week's goal is just keep building. Wherever you were last week, this week we want to do a little bit more, or at least solidify those increases that you had last week. We want the mileage to be going up, or at least holding steady. We're adding back quality, if not adding to it. And we just want that density greater. After a break, you come back, you have 1 week, you're still not all that stable in terms of running hard or increasing mileage. But every week that goes by, you're back, getting closer back to your normal self that we can really add on more. Moderate quality workout this week, for lack of a more exciting term, is a moderate run with striders. And we want some physical stress in this workout, but we don't want much in the way of mental stress. So don't think about it has to be this pace, it has to be this effort. Just go a little bit faster. Generally, it's about 30 seconds per mile faster than just going out and running easy. And there's a big range in what easy pace is. But if you had a recovery day and then go into an easy run, there's your better measurement. Whatever that would be on a Thursday for most of you, it should be about 30 seconds a mile faster. I should be able to tell the difference if I look at it compared to an easy run. Okay, this one is definitely faster. Or if I didn't know it was a moderate run, I'd look at it and say, well, they must be feeling good today because that was faster. The legs are rested and they're running running better today. The striders, some people, I mentioned this I think a few weeks ago, some people make that a lot more mentally stressful than it needs to be. It doesn't need to be. 100 meters, 20 steps with 40 steps recovery. Of course, we're counting 1 foot or one leg on those, so it's actually double that in terms of steps, or 30 60s, whatever you prefer. And those should be run as fast as you can possibly go and look great. No strain really in your body, but certainly on your face. If somebody saw you doing it, they would think, oh, they must be able to carry that pace for a long time. They're really flying. Really, it's usually going to be about mile race pace, which for 100 meters, give or take, isn't all that stressful. The next 1,500 meters gets more stressful as it goes. So it should be fast, much faster than you've been running, but it should be comfortable and you should look good doing it, okay? And then the long run, just an endurance long run. Slow's not the goal. Don't push, but don't hold back. Get the mileage in. Let's keep building that so when the calendar flips to January, you're ready to jump into a pretty decent long run when you start thinking about, okay, I'm through Christmas, I'm through New Year's, now I'm back in training for whatever. So we're just trying to build that a little bit more. So the week shouldn't be all that stressful, but it's going to be beneficial, and we'll keep building towards January.